Shifting our focus to China now, the country's push to revive consumer spending is facing a major hurdle. More people are failing to repay their loans. Consumer loan defaults have climbed to a record high as weak income growth, a sluggish job market, and a prolonged property crisis leave households struggling with debt. The trend is making banks more cautious about lending, even as Beijing encourages consumers to borrow and spend to support the economy. According to research firm Dragonomics, China's stock of household non-performing loans jumped more than 20% in 2025 to a record 2.22 trillion yuan. That is equivalent to 1.6% of China's GDP, with the firm estimating that 1 in 10 Chinese adults fell behind on debt repayments last year. Data also shows short-term household loans fell 7% year-on-year in June, highlighting weak demand for new borrowing despite government efforts to stimulate consumption. Now, banks are tightening lending standards as bad loans rise. Most lenders are now placing greater emphasis on borrowers' income statements before approving loans. Some banks are also restructuring loans or extending repayment periods to prevent them from being classified as non-performing. The stress is visible across China's banking sector as well. Bank of Communications reported its non-performing personal loan ratio rising 0.5 percentage point to 1.58% in 2025, which is the biggest increase among the country's 5 largest state-owned banks. China Merchants Bank reported non-performing personal loan ratio of 1.14% in the first quarter of 2026, while its credit card delinquency ratio increased to 1.9%. While Beijing is trying to revive consumption by making credit cheaper and more accessible, economists say borrowing is not the real problem. Without stronger wage growth, stable jobs, and greater financial security, households are likely to remain cautious about spending. For millions of families, the challenge is familiar. When incomes fail to keep pace with expenses, taking on more debt can quickly become a necessity rather than a choice.